The tip of the week this week is why you shouldn't charge too much for rent.
Yeah, we came across this today. We were if you've ever bought a house with us, you know that it's mandatory that you go through our landlord training. And that will save you roughly 10% of the rents, which the properties we're buying typically rent for $2,500 per month. So you're saving $250, and that's what we promise our clients. And it came up today, like when do you see problems? And we see problems, and we see turnover, and that's what we're trying to eliminate when you're a landlord. All you want to do is invest in good people, and sometimes chasing that extra dollar, it actually hurts you, because what actually happens, and we're talking about this today, Tim, what actually happens is that the tenant sits there and they see that they're paying above the average in the area. Granted, if the property is good enough, no problem.
Yeah, we see this a lot in markets like today because there's very few properties out there for rent. So people are getting premium rents. And some of the people out there are just trying to charge as high as they can, like the highest possible rent they can ever get.
Yeah, so, and then the other thing is we're seeing tenants outbid each other to actually get the property. They'll just pay extra money. And yes, it may solve the problem for them right now because they're desperate. But we can tell you from 20 years in the business, we've seen that it normally backfires. And what happens after the year lease? They're sitting there and they're looking at Rent Faster and they're seeing what's on the market. And if something comes up that's the same size or a little bit bigger or even a little bit smaller, they're taking off. And I know this happened to me, Tim, actually on the reverse side. I have a condo behind us here. And I got a tenant, he was a doctor, and he was living in one of the brand new buildings here that was purposely built as a rental. And he couldn't stand it because it was so small, and he could hear his neighbors, and my unit was bigger and he was getting it for less value. So he moved out of there. So it can impact you. And we want to stress this. I know some investors out there try and go for the most money, and it is great. But typically what we strive for is the best tenant. And those tenants in the long run, Tim, they seem to look after the properties better.
They stay longer.
And they're just more enjoyable to deal with. And this investment game, you know what? We see people get out of it because they don't have the right advice. And we wanted to share that with you today. So that is our investment tip. If you are new to our MD, it's on YouTube. There is probably about 50 different tips on there that could save you tons of money and give you advice. It's for free. Join Crew TV today.
Yeah.